What's crack-a-lackin', dogs? Welcome back to another episode of My Glasses Are Still Broken. So I asked you all at the beginning of the year if you wanted me to make a video talking about my plans for 2024. Pretty much everyone said yes, but only 2 people actually gave me topics to talk about, so we're gonna talk about those and then just whatever I want to talk about. So I have right here in this notebook all of the plans for things to talk about in this video. So I guess I will start doing that. So the first thing I was asked to talk about in this video was Lego Mr. Clean asked me to talk about my plans for Count Chocula stuff. The only plan I have for anything Count Chocula related right now is that I'm planning on making a 3rd Halloween special this year, like I have the past 2 years. I don't really have much to talk about it because the year just started, so I haven't planned out like any of that video, but I am planning on making a 3rd one, and I know it will feature Count Dracula, so Lego Mr. Clean, there's your Count Chocula update. Sadly, that's all I've got for you, though. Alright, now I'm going to talk about some of my Marvel Universe stuff. I don't have too much to talk about regarding that right now, but Kitty Studios asked me to talk about Marvel Universe stuff not relating to X-Men or Spider-Man, and I've been planning out a lot of that, so I can actually talk about it. The 3 spin-off videos I announced in the other video are not the only ones I have planned now. Specifically, the Captain America one, I have now expanded the idea for that video into a trilogy of videos. So there's not only going to be 1 Captain America spin-off video, there's going to be 3. They will all take place in the 40s though, and he still dies. That doesn't change. You just get to see more of Cap's story now. Other things I have planned are, I have more spin-off videos. I've got a ton of spin-off videos I went and planned out recently. So there's going to be a lot of them that expand on the universe and the lore of it and all of that jazz. So I'm very excited about all of those. Also, the first crossover event that I haven't talked about it at all, but that's just because I'm not there yet. I'm still just now starting Spider-Man Season 2. And also Uncanny X-Men. I've sort of just started with uploading Episode 0, Uncanny Lego Xmas. But after Spider-Man Season 2 is done, I will do the first big crossover event, which I haven't revealed the villain for that. I do have the villain. I know who it's going to be. If you want to try to guess who the villain of the crossover event is, you can put that in the comments. But that video will have everyone from Spider-Man to Daredevil to Moon Knight, Blade, X-Men, everyone that's in my universe should appear in that crossover event. It's probably going to be around like a 4-episode like mini-series or something. On the topic of mini-series, X-Men also is only going to be like 4 episodes. Technically 5 counting the Christmas special, but not counting that, there's only going to be like 4 X-Men episodes just because that's how the story is happening. That's really all I've got for Marvel stuff, so if you have other Marvel questions you want me to answer, you can put them in the comments and I'll just answer them down there. But for this video, that's all I'm going to talk about regarding the Marvel Universe. So now we're going to move on to talking about my DC Universe, which I recently announced in a couple community posts. So the DC Universe is going to work very differently than the Marvel Universe. The DC Universe will not be comprised of multiple different series that all like combine together under one universe. The DC series instead will be more like one series for all of DC. So each video will be like its own like movie, sort of. There are other people who do similar things, and that's kind of what I'm using as inspiration for my DC series. And so there's not going to be like a specific Batman series or a specific Superman series, and then they combine together in like one big Justice League video. Instead, it's going to be like there's a Batman video and a Superman video and a Green Lantern video and a Flash video, and then there's a Justice League video. And then there's going to be like one ongoing story for each like season of the DC universe. So each video will play into that story in some way and continue it the whole time until the end of the story, and then I will start a sort of second season, which will be another new story, and that's how the DC universe is going to play out. Another thing with the DC universe I've been asked about is it will not be the same as the Marvel Universe in like the character selections as well. The Marvel Universe, I specifically don't use most of the characters, and I limit myself to only specific smaller characters. The DC Universe, however, will be all of the DC characters. Now, they all won't show up, but all of them exist in the universe somewhere. So people won't be like asking does this character exist, or does this character exist? In the DC universe, they all exist. They just aren't there. Unless they're like a different iteration of the same character. Like, for example, in the DC universe, Robin is going to be Tim Drake. That means that Damian Wayne does not exist. That's the kind of exception there. Another thing I'm going to talk about with the DC series is the first video in the series will be a Superman video. Superman will also be sort of our, like, main character, I guess. He's like the Spider-Man, I guess you could say, of the DC universe. But yeah, that's really all I have to say about the DC universe. If you have any more questions about that, leave them in the comments and I'll talk about them. Now, following the DC universe, we'll talk about the Batman series. I have not uploaded an episode of the Batman series in over a year, which I meant to make more, I just never got around to it. Technically, you can count the Halloween special 2 as a Batman episode, and it is in the Batman series playlist. I'm just not considering it one for the sake of talking about it here, because it's not specifically titled like Lego Batman. I do have plans for more Lego Batman videos. Like, I've got like a lot of them planned out, and I know the next one is going to be one that I've already announced before, which is Lego Batman x Godzilla, a new crossover. That video I'm planning on making and releasing to coincide with the release of Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, because that's kind of where I got the idea from, so I think it makes sense to release, you know, alongside that. Now, along with the Batman series, there's also the Mandalorian series. That series I have completely planned out how it's going to go and everything and what each video is going to be. That one I also haven't released a new episode in like almost a year now, which again, I know I need to do more. I've got more I need to do. I have them all listed out. I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been so focused on doing Marvel stuff because that's what I'm most passionate about making. Along with both of those, there's also the Pokemon series. The Pokemon series is probably my favorite of those three, to be honest. I really like that series. And I have Pokemon episode 4 either halfway done or almost done. It's pretty close, but I just don't have it quite finished yet. Pokemon, I also have like pretty planned out. I have like the first 10 Pokemon videos planned out and I know how they all go. After that, I'm still gonna make more. I just don't have any of those following those ones planned out because I need to focus on these ones and my other videos first, and so it's gonna be a while before we get to that point, but I do have them all planned out. The final thing I'm going to talk about in this video is a series that I announced over a year ago, and I haven't given many updates on it. All I've released is the teaser trailer and a couple posts, not really saying anything about it, but like showing a character design, and that's kind of it. And that series is Lego Stranger Things 5. This series I still have not been able to like animate yet because I am still working very hard on trying to make sure the story is as good as I can make it. And I need to plan out all the scenes for the first episode before I can actually start making it. But I figured I'd talk about it here since I said before that I would make an update video about Stranger Things. I probably still will make a whole separate video just about the Stranger Things series, but right now all I'm going to talk about is just a few smaller updates about the series and just explaining what it is a bit more. I figured I'd talk about this just because they are starting to film the actual season 5 this week, and so I kind of gotta get something out for that series. Basically, the whole point of Lego Stranger Things 5 is to give Stranger Things fans a version of season 5 to watch while waiting for the official one to come out. It is entirely my own version of season 5. Basically, if I were in charge of making the season, how I would do it, but in the form of a Lego stop motion series. The episodes obviously won't be as long as actual Stranger Things episodes. They'll be closer to the length of my Lego Spider-Man episodes. Along with this, the series is not entirely what I would do. It's what I'm doing, but it's not... I'm taking ideas that I think are cool, and I would like to see how they could play out, but I don't think they're actually going to do in the real series. So there are like fan-speculated storylines that I think would be really cool to see, like a version of events of how those could play out, but I don't believe there's something they would actually put into the real official series, which is why I'm going to be doing them in my Lego series. I have way more I could talk about for Stranger Things, but I'm probably going to save that for its own future video somewhere. So that's really all I'm going to talk about regarding that series as well. Alright, so that's really all I've got written down on here to talk about, so I guess that's it. I have a lot of videos planned for 2024. Like 2023, I wanted to do so much more than I actually did. I was just so focused on doing Spider-Man, and like I kind of didn't realize how long that would take. I never got around to doing any other videos, really. I did some, obviously, but I never really did most of the videos I had planned. I wanted to do like a lot of stuff over the summer, but I ended up spending like the entire summer just doing Spider-Man. Now this year, I'm also going to do a lot of Spider-Man stuff. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, I can do the entirety of Spider-Man Season 2 in 2024. If I can't, that's too bad, and I'll get it done at the beginning of 2025. But I really want the entirety of Season 2 to be released in 2024, aside from the first episode, which was 2023, but we're not talking about that one right now. But I do have a lot of plans for 2024, a lot of things I want to do, and if I don't get them done, then future years, I will get them done eventually, because I have so many things I want to make, and I don't want to just give up on them like I have with a lot of projects in the past. Anyways, that's all I'm going to talk about in this video. If you have any questions about literally anything on my channel, be it Marvel, DC, Pokemon, Mandalorian, literally anything, let me know in the comments and I'll answer anything that I feel like isn't a big spoiler. With that being said, thank you all for watching this video, and I will see you all in, I assume, Lego Spider-Man Season 2 Episode 2 will be my next video, so I'll see you all in that video. See ya, dogs.